Oh no, we're live. Live. Okay, let's get that set up. Go to the first topic. Pull up the old chat room. Chat is up. We are red eye. Okay. Am I centered? I am centered. Happy New Comic Book Day, nerds. Today, it's not a lot of stuff in the news, but I'm going to give you what I have. We will start with cartoons. Looney Tunes, specifically the Coyote and Roadrunner. They are going to make a new movie based on the Roadrunner, but it's not going to be the Roadrunner versus Coyote. It's going to be based on Coyote. It's going to be the Coyote versus Acme, the company that made all the stuff that he tried to use to catch the Roadrunner that seemingly always failed somehow. So it's going to be him trying to go up against Acme, I guess, to get his revenge on the company that has dorked him over that many times. Its creative partners are John and Josh Silverman. They previously wrote for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so this should be good because that's a funny show. There's no word if it's going to be animation only or if it's going to be a mix of live action and animation. Kind of looking forward to that. I like the Coyote. I wish one day he would actually catch Roadrunner. Okay, Tomb Raider. New Shadow of the Tomb Raider trailer is come out. So many new sequences they put in here. It's just crazy. They're going to have, 7 new adventures that they're calling paths, and each one's going to have a new narrative, new missions, new weapons, etc. This, I saw the trailer for it. It looks amazing. Can't wait to play it. It's coming out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the PC September 14th of this year, 2018. So Tomb Raider. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. So if you remember that movie, I believe it was Steve Martin was in it. They are making it's not really a remake. It's kind of a similar. They're making it with female leads. It's going to be called The Hustle. It's going to have Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway. They are 2 grifters, thieves, who are they're going to compete who can take this dude for all his money. So, you got one, it's just like set up just like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. One of them has a lot of style and panache, and the other is just kind of they're calling them a wild card. The Hustle is going to hit theaters May 10th of 2019. So we will see Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway in a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels kind of sequel / remake. Got a rated. They had to lobby for a rated PG-13. It did come through as R first, and they got that downgraded for crude sexual content with Rebel Wilson. Go figure. Another scary movie that's coming out, Hellfest. This is labeled a slasher movie at an amusement park. And reading the synopsis on this, it has potential. There's a traveling theme park that is, horror themed, going around all these towns. It happens to hit these guys' town, these friends' town on Halloween, so they want to go check it out. And why not? That sounds cool. That's why haunted houses are so popular around Halloween. This takes that one step further, and it has, the scary rides, games, mazes, and it's all horror themed. Well, just so happens some murderer guy decides to use that as the hiding place to cover up all the stuff he's doing. So he goes in there and he's kind of stalking that one group of people, the group of friends, and he's killing people, and looks really good. And we'll have a cameo by Tony Todd. If you don't know who that is, it's the guy who played Candyman. So Hellfest comes out September 28th. Just in time to see it before Halloween. Looks scary. As long as they don't go over the top dumb with it, it could be good. If you're a fan of 1990s cartoons like me, that's my wheelhouse. That's when I was growing up. Nickelodeon and VRV, they partnered to launch a new streaming service called NickSplat. They're calling it, is tagged as your childhood now streaming. They're going to have a rotating selection of episodes from nearly 30 different Nickelodeon shows from the 90s. Some of those they put in that list is All Real Monsters, All That, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Cat Dog, Clarissa Explains It All, Doug, Kenan and Kel, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Rocco's Modern Life, The Angry Beavers, and The Wild Thornberrys. I can't wait to see more Rocco's Modern Life. I loved that show. The streaming service is going to start at $5.99 a month on its own, but you can get it bundled with other VRV premium stuff for $9.99. Can't wait. Wow, Angry Beavers, love that show. All those. I mean, Kenan and Kel, man, it's been a long time since I've seen that. For $5.99, that might be worth it just so you can do a marathon binge watch of Doug. How nostalgic is that? And if you're not from the 90s, watch it anyway. You'll probably like it. They're good cartoons. Okay, the Venom comic book, not the movie, comic book. We're starting to find out a lot more stuff about the symbiotes. Well, we know they're from Clintar, but they're giving us a lot more backstory. The Venom symbiote is not the first symbiote that's come to Earth. Spider-Man was not the first person to bring one to Earth. They've been here for a while. They even had one called the Grendel, which was a composite of a bunch of symbiotes that formed a dragon. That was around in medieval times. Well, Nick Fury, because S.H.I.E.L.D. has got its fingers in everything, they discovered this Grendel dragon frozen, and they started studying it and found out how to extract the symbiotes and use the symbiotes. They were looking for something to replace these super soldier serum because Captain America disappeared and frozen. So they pulled these symbiotes out and they picked this 5 black ops guys from a group and gave them symbiotes. Well, the symbiotes were all still, they hadn't been exposed to humans for a while, long enough to have their evilness kind of removed, because like Venom has been connected to humans so long, he has what they call too much light in him. He's too good. He doesn't have a lot of that evil impulse. Well, these guys, yeah, they extract them straight from that dragon, put them in these 5 guys, and they just lost it. They didn't just kill the enemy. They killed American troops. They killed anything in their way. So they were trying to figure out a way to stop these dudes. Nick Fury brought in Wolverine because he knew Wolverine from way back. Wolverine's been around forever, just about every major war he's been in. So Nick Fury brings in Wolverine, and he's even unable to stop him. So, and this is going into a new series called Venom, is VE''NAM, playing on the fact that it's Venom, as a Venom type symbiote, and it's in Vietnam. Kind of interesting. Sometimes when they bring in other symbiotes, it gets a little silly. This one, I kind of digging it, showing a little history. In the recent Venom, I believe he merged with the Rex Strickland Venom from that group, trying to become powerful enough to beat Null, who is the god who created all the symbiotes. He was trying to use them to build up his army. He was in prison for thousands of years. Now he's coming back and he wants his symbiotes back, and a lot of them don't want to come back to him. So Venom is trying to prevent that. Go to the movies. Star Wars Episode 9. We got some more information on that. Two new casting choices we found out about. Snap Wexley. That's right. Greg Grunberg. He's going to be back. Star Wars Episode 9. Ever since he was in the last one, they've been writing a lot more of his backstory through the Poe Dameron comic book. So he's become a more popular character, obviously, and he's good friends with Abrams. So obviously it was enough that they brought him back in for Episode 9. Another person you might know, they're bringing Doctor Who to Star Wars 9. Matt Smith is been rumored to be cast in Star Wars Episode 9. So that's two big casting choices there. Joining the already huge cast, I mean, we've got Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Lupita Nyong'o, Kelly Marie Tran, Jonas Suetamo, so I guess Chewbacca's going to be in there. Anthony Daniels is going to see C-3PO. Mark Hamill, Billy D. Williams, so we're going to see the old Lando. And Carrie Fisher, they have some old footage they used, for unused footage that they're going to use in this episode 9 to kind of pay tribute to her, but they will also have a younger version of her played by someone else. Star Wars Episode 9 is scheduled to come out. They always seem to come out right before Christmas. This one's no different, December 20th of 2019. So we might not have a Star Wars movie this year, the end of this year, since Solo Star Wars Story did not make the money they thought it was going to make. Back to comics, Daredevil. Way back, he created a brother to kind of explain his absence and different things. It was just really weird. It was a make-believe brother. Well, there's this mutant called the Reader, and basically whatever he reads, he can make come to life. I guess he fell asleep while he was reading a dossier on Daredevil. He was at the part where, Matt made up this brother Mike. Guess what? Yeah, the Reader accidentally brought this Mike brother to life. Well, Mike has problems because, in Matt's mind, he brought him to life, but then he killed him off. And Mike knows everything that Matt knows, and he's got an attitude. And he's kind of like the opposite of Matt. He's the prickish Matt. He's the one just is all about himself. It's kind of the stuff that Matt has repressed come to life. Matt is trying to track Mike down, and since Mike knows everything that he does, it's kind of hard. It's like trying to track yourself down, knowing where you're going to go, and you're a few steps ahead of yourself. So it's getting really kind of weird. in Daredevil, basically, he's trying to track down the bad version of himself. Story that's been done before. I hope they don't go too deep into this and make it get silly. My guess is that this Mike character is going to go out on his own, either become a big-time villain, or maybe they'll bring him in as a different character in the Marvel Universe. I think if they just kill him off and got rid of him, that'd be kind of anticlimactic. Black Adam. Okay, we know the Shazam movie is coming out here soon, and Black Adam is one of his main villains. And everybody's wondering, why isn't Black Adam going to be in the Shazam movie? Well, they kind of explain that they want to develop the Shazam movie on its own and the Black Adam movie on its own. Flesh both those characters out before you throw them together, which I can kind of understand. You don't want to throw too many characters all together in one movie. It gets kind of diluted. Let's get introduced to them and decide whether we like them or hate them. Know a little bit more about them and their backstories, because these are two characters that are not really in the mainstream. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson still penciled in to be Black Adam. Black Adam, if you don't know his backstory, he was one of the first that the wizard Shazam picked to be the protector. This was way back in ancient Egypt. He got a little power hungry, so Shazam, the wizard Shazam, banished him way to the other end of the universe. It took him forever to get back to Earth, but he came back. He's got a chip on his shoulder, especially against Shazam. Lately, he's been kind of turning more anti-hero rather than villain. He was actually in Justice Society for a little while, Justice Society of America. We will see what direction they're going to take with the movie. I don't know that I've seen The Rock play a villain, except for Scorpion King. That doesn't really count. He was all CGI'd. But I don't think I've seen him play a real big villain in any movie. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking I might like him as a villain. I think he'd be a good villain. I'm tired of the goody boy. Okay, everybody by now has heard about Roseanne. The Roseanne revival got canceled because of some racist tweets that she put out. ABC pulled the plug and told them, no, this isn't following it with our beliefs. So they canceled it. And at the time, I believe it was one of their highest rated shows. So, I mean, it was doing well. It had nothing to do with the show. They just really didn't want to be associated with the comments that she made in her Twitter. So they ditched her, and they were trying to figure out a way to keep riding that wave of nostalgia with a good show. So they're coming back with a show called The Conners, which will have, looks like everybody except Roseanne. It's going to star John Goodman, her husband, Sarah Gilbert, Lori Metcalf, Lacey Goranson, Michael Fishman, Emma Kinney, Ames McNamara, and Jaden Ray. That's pretty much all the cast except for Roseanne. They haven't confirmed how they're going to write her out yet, whether she's going to die, move away. Who knows? They'll find a way to do it. This is going to be a 10-episode season starting October 16th on ABC, the follow-on to Roseanne called The Conners. My last article for the day, I told you it was a slow news day. They are making a Pokemon movie. It's going to be called Detective Pikachu. And they're looking for to make the Pokemon photorealistic, not cartoonish. In fact, the way they're describing it is said, think of Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's how they want the Pokemon to look. And they'll probably get it done because the visual effects team that they're pulling in was the same one from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Disney's live-action Jungle Book movie. If you've seen both of those, the CGI on those were amazingly real. It was just crazy. So we're going to see lifelike, realistic Pokemon and Detective Pikachu. And it's going to be a Pikachu that can talk. And Ryan Reynolds is going to be doing the voice. That's right, the Deadpool guy. He will be the voice of Detective Pikachu. It's somebody's father goes missing, and they hire Detective Pikachu to find him. It's going to be a very kiddie-oriented movie, I'm sure, especially with the Pokemon in it. A lot of adults will probably go see it. I know I probably will. It's going to come out in theaters May 10th of 2019. So Pokemon fans, I wonder if they're going to tie any Pokemon Go event to the release of this movie. That'd be a great marketing scheme, or maybe give you some kind of code to use in game if you buy a ticket. Ooh, hey, you can have that one for free, Pokemon. You run with that one. Like I said, that's the last article I have. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to tell you guys. Just subscribe to us on YouTube, like this video, comment on this video. If you don't like video, hey, we're a podcast also. Go to talknerdypodcast.com. You can listen to us in your browser or download us there. If you have MP3 player, iOS-based, go to iTunes. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. Please do. And leave us a good rating and review on iTunes. Push us up on those listings so more people find out about us. I will see all you guys tomorrow. Later, nerds.